So it looks like Nene Leakes has finally spoken out after her son Bryson got into some serious trouble and might be facing jail time. And honestly, it seems like Nene couldn't care less.
Just to watch it is, my hands are tied. You know, he is 31 years old. He's an adult. He has 3 children, 3 beautiful children who I adore. He has a wife. It's not much that I can do.
And it's really crazy to think that she might have cut out ties with her own son, but did she really just confess to being done? Bryson is becoming more than just a minor problem. And the thing is, he has had a long history of going in and out of jail. She actually mentioned how she's kind of numb to the situation, considering how many years it's been. You know how it is dealing with an issue for a while? It gets old. And Bryson isn't the only one close to her with a bad habit, let alone a drug addiction.
An addiction. He's been struggling with it for years. He's been in rehab for a couple times, and he still have come back out and relapsed. And
it really might be more to it than we think, considering the amount of drugs they found in his car. Bryson has served time before, but this time will he really get out? Because Nene is just tired. And after he got arrested in Georgia, she's been in all type of headlines getting dragged for being a bad mom. And according to Radar Online, he was caught with fentanyl after a neighbor spotted a parked car outside their house and called the police. And when they arrived, they found Bryson inside the car, claiming he knew the people who called the police. Well, that was a lie, because they told the police that Bryson was just sitting outside their house for a while before they decided to make the call. And the only reason they ended up calling was because it seemed kind of sketchy after he sat there for so long. So when the cops asked to search the car, they found an open bag sitting on the middle console. And after testing it, the drug came back positive as fentanyl. So Bryson was arrested on a felony possession. But what really got the internet in a frenzy is the fact that Bryson told the police his name was Brent Leakes. People just felt like that was so dirty, considering how bad his brother just suffered heart failure. And word on the streets is that Brent and Bryson are not really close like most siblings are. So you know how bad that can be. But let alone, Bryson was already on probation from another charge. So do you really think it was petty for him to give out his brother's information? To be honest, it seemed very petty. But the thing is, Bryson has been struggling with this problem for years.
For some reason, I'm not exactly sure what it is. It's like we haven't connected or clicked in years.
So apparently back in 2010, sources revealed that Bryson got arrested for possession of marijuana. And around 2011, he got arrested again for shoplifting in Walmart. Crazy thing is, even with Nene looking after him at the time, he still managed to get in trouble. And guess what? He only stole a pack of razors. So that explains the rep he had in the system. But wait, it gets worse. Since he was on probation from the previous incident, things escalated when he was taken into custody. And Nene had a ton of court fees to pay out just to have him released. But in that same year, he somehow got arrested again for DUI. And if you thought that was the end of it, in 2012, he was back in the county for driving without a license. So when I tell you that Bryson has had a lot going on with the law, trust me, it didn't stop there. Nene had his back, took him in, and tried to get him rehab. But let's be real, dealing with a problem like Bryson ain't easy. It ain't like you could just fix it by sending him to rehab and giving yourself a pat on the back. Bryson had to be willing to commit to change. But at that moment, he wasn't ready.
He needs rehabilitation. He needs a lot of counseling. Like many families out there, I have family members that are struggling with drugs and certain addictions, and he has an addiction.
So after a while, she got tired of dealing with everything he had going on, and she was like, you know what, I want to show him what it really feels like to live a hard life. She told him straight up that she was done bailing him out of jail, and this time he was gonna have enough time to sit behind bars and think about it. But that didn't do him any good, because he ended up getting arrested again in 2015 for trying to print fake checks for money. So yeah, it's pretty clear that Bryson was wilding, and it was just too much for her to handle. Nene has been in the public's eye for a while now, especially recently with her son's medical condition and the loss of her husband a few years ago. But when it comes to Bryson, the stories are insane.
She was asking,
"Where is your scooter? Where is it?"
maybe she should have been asking, where is my son? Reality TV child Bryson Bryant, now age 33, the oldest son of Nene Leakes, is currently in jail on felony drug possession charges. Per Gwinnett County jail records, Bryant was arrested July 3rd and given several charges, including possession of a Schedule II controlled substance, violation of probation, loitering, and giving false information. Allegedly, Bryant was in possession of fentanyl, and when arrested, allegedly gave the police the name of his younger brother, Brent Leakes. Note, in October of 2022, it was revealed that poor Brent Leakes suffered not only a stroke, but was also at that time dealing with heart failure. Why would Bryson name his brother when he was arrested?
You done lost your mind. When you get your
Man, you called me.
Bryant was arrested on July the 3rd, bond set at $3,700, and is still to this date incarcerated.
And it's so crazy that people are dragging her badly after he got arrested, and even brought up the fact that she slept with a married man and was sued by his wife after rumors got out that they were dating, as being the reason Bryson could be struggling with drugs. But honestly, after she quote unquote said how women should never open their legs up to a married man and ended up in a relationship with one, really made the situation messy.
I was dating a man who was legally married, going through a divorce.
One person commented how the Leaks family is kind of weird, and another person spoke on how bad Nene treated Bryson. So did Bryson really fall victim under all the stress his mama was going through? Or was this Hollywood life just a little too much for him? Let me know what you think, and as always, meet me in the next video.